and welcome back to Soundcheck. Clubhouse, this is the soundcheck. But I'm gonna now unmute my mic so that the Zoom people can hear me. This is John. I am the host and founder of this channel called Learner to Learner, and this hour we're gonna talk audio, all things audio. It's called Soundcheck, but we do have to give priority to people who are Joule, who was in the correct soundcheck room on Clubhouse. I just happened to open the wrong room. There's always something going on there. And we have Arthur also in Clubhouse as well. Hello, Arthur. You know, if you want to join the conversation with us on Zoom, you can also do so. Just go to learner2learner.com. And from there, you can get the links to join. And one thing that is a little bit different now is that there's registration involved now. So if you go over to the website, once you click on call in with Zoom, there's registration page that you have to go through. Once you go through the registration page, which looks like this, you will then, I will get a notification and I will approve you. And even if you've got like super clearance in the military, you still need me to get approval for you to join the show. So we have now, so anybody who wants to participate can feel free to do so. Out there, if you want to do so, feel free to do so. You've done that in the future before we actually have all this additional process of approving attendees. Now let's take a look at who's here. Okay, we've got Sean here, we've got Glenn here, John Lowe is joining us, and Ernesto is Ernesto registered. Is it just joined? Let me see if I see him. Well, no, I don't see him yet. And I just approved you, Ernesto, as we were starting on the show. So check on your email, and if you can join, I will add you to the call. Nee is also here with us, but he has no video. But we can at least hear you, right, Nee? Can we hear you?
Oh yeah, you guys can hear me. Hopefully you guys can hear.
Yes.
Hopefully I can hear you too.
Yes, yep. We can hear you loud and clear. Just no picture.
I like the confidence. Oh yes, you guys can hear me.
Well, no, we were talking before. So.
There'll be a lot of like quick muting as I was like sniffling and sneeze or cough. Oh, I didn't want to, after taking such a long break, I was looking forward to coming back today, and then I woke up this morning. I even have to practice last night on how to set up my shows. It's still not going great. As earlier when I started the show, it was not doing the things that I wanted it to do. But at least Soundcheck, we finished up one. Roadcaster is done. Now we're in Soundcheck, and I'm going to keep an eye on Clubhouse and see if Joule comes in. I'm going to try to ping her as well. So when she comes in, then I will be able to add her to the conversation. So let's get started. Who wants to start? I know there's several things that we teased over there. One of the things that we kept it for this room is what John Lowe is wearing. I can see your bum.
You can't see. You can barely see it.
I could barely see it. I can see the little bum. And the funny thing was, we can talk about it tonight if we have time. If not, we can carry forward. We have been talking about doing we've been talking about doing using a smaller lapel mic, like the one that we talk about, like the one that I almost, when I was opening my Mac Mini, the one that I actually chose was the Hollyland. And I got the Hollyland. I actually used it for a few, and Rode came out with one too. Yes, Rob. And I used it for a few weeks and I returned it. And I'll explain why I kept the DJI Mic Mini instead of the Hollyland. Even though there's so many things I like about the Hollyland, that I'll explain why I select that.
Good call on doing that, by the way. Any experience I've had with that has been bad.
So in a nutshell, I'm wearing the DJI Mini right now. Obviously, I'm connected via USB to my Mac, so it's not going through my Rodecaster. How do I sound?
We got way more room than you had before. Like there's more of the room.
Yeah, but still pretty good. And
it's pretty, like, if we were to measure you before, we can give you like a 9. Now you're like a 7. That's for me.
Yeah,
That's
no,
for
I
me with
agree.
the
I
ear.
agree. I agree too. And plus, you also have the microphone inside your shirt. So if you flip it out,
Yeah.
you can show the actual thing. I think you might get a little bit more clarity, but the room thing will be the same, maybe even more.
So
It'll be
so
more.
one thing I realized with the DJI, right? And then I may be wrong, right? I still love the Rode microphone. Like I use the Rode microphone at my work when we're doing certain things, but I ended up getting like the DJI, not the Mini, the DJI too, because I had bought a Osmo Pocket, the combo, and so it came with that, and I ended up going to go buy a second microphone again. But I really like the DJI mic 2 better than the Mini, especially when it comes to you EQing the DJI Mic 2. It sounds way better than the mic Mini. That's just me though.
Okay, so we've got.
So
Let's pause because I want to let Joule know. Joule's here. Joule, I apologize for not realizing on Clubhouse I opened the wrong room. Sorry about that. That's why you were saying that this is a sound check room.
So how's she going to get back that hour now from you, John?
You are correct. Instead of opening the Roadcaster user meetup room, I opened the sound check room and then telling you that, no, it's not soundcheck. It is soundcheck on YouTube. I mean, it's Roadcaster user meetup on YouTube, but not on Clubhouse. So Joule, please come on up whenever you can, and we'll get your question answered. And Sean is still here, so we can carry on the conversation from there. And because we don't want dead air, we can carry on the conversation right now. You get your setup, Joule, and I'll keep an eye out when you're up on stage. We'll switch the conversation over to your question.
So all of this is going to lead perfectly. So that question about the personas, the question was, he got the Studio Live 32SX, and does he still need the Rodecaster?
Rodecaster Duo, yes. Is that related to Joule's question too?
No, I don't know what Joule's question
Joule's
is.
up on stage.
This is a quick answer. So.
Yeah. Okay, you want to finish that, and then we'll come back to Joule.
Yeah, the short answer is no. He doesn't need the Rodecaster.
Okay.
Like this, the Personas is just over the top amazing. It's pro
There you
grade.
go.
It's got the routing, everything.
You
so
just say $500.
well, yeah, but this mixer is not 500. So
okay, so Joule, thank you for the quick answer. Joule, are you here now with us?
Hi.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Now I'm hearing myself on the left ear. But you are coming in stereo. I can't remember how we figured something out last time. It was doing the same thing.
Okay. Well, can I just say where I'm at, and then we can?
Yeah, I will not speak.
But thank you for holding this room, and I'm so glad that Sean is still here because, yeah, he helped me.
Because it's Sean's fault this is happening.
Yes, exactly. No, it's more that we're out of budget, and this is the free help because otherwise I would be
Okay. No.
But yeah. So Sean.
Well, but before you go on, Joule, just to move forward, for quick little questions, you can still email me. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, it's more just I want to test it because I don't know why it's not working. That's why. And if it's a big thing, then I can get on with you. But it's not just like, how do I do this? It's like, why I'm doing all the things you said and it's still not working. So what's going on? Yeah. So to refresh, I worked with Sean back in October, and he helped me to configure. So basically what I want to do is to broadcast simultaneously to Zoom and Clubhouse. So he helped me using loopback audio to configure the sound, and then using Clubdeck, which I'm on right now. So I'm joining you with Clubdeck. And I did one version of this in October right after I worked with Sean, and it seemed to work. It was a lot of, it was a learning curve, like to try to do both platforms, and I was a little clunky at it, but as far as the tech side, I think it worked. But then in November, I tried to do this again, and it was not very successful. And basically what happened was the Zoom side worked great with the Zoom settings, and the, I think, gosh, what was it? I think the Clubhouse side could hear the Zoom side, Oh, they could hear the Zoom side, but it was very, very quiet. It was like very, very quiet. And then the other side, like one side worked and one side didn't. And I couldn't troubleshoot it in real time. And then the Clubhouse people are like, this is clunky. We don't want to do it. And but the Zoom is kind of better for our audience as far as we have a mailing list, and Zoom is like more fruitful. But we created the room that we do in Clubhouse and kind of wanted to keep the OG going for those who want to join on Clubhouse. So I'd like it to work, but if it's, it's stressful, then maybe not. So yeah.
Right out of the gate, Joule, you're telling me it worked, and then you came back and it didn't work. That's Clubdeck. Guarantee is the problem.
Yeah.
Is the problem. Because Clubdeck always resets the input-output, and if you don't go and change them back to where they were.
But I did, though, because I have your notes, and I have them in my note app right in front of me, which I just checked today to show up, having done my homework. And I know I did it then, too. I checked all the things. But I do remember when I was in this room a couple months ago that John said sometimes, like, it still doesn't keep your settings and you have to, like, leave the room and come back and do some weird thing like that.
Yeah, that's why. Because I remember we were talking.
Wait, hang on, Joule, do you mind? I mean, just because we're hearing ourselves on the live stream on the left side, if you would mute when we're talking, like a walkie-talkie world, and then then once we'll say over, and then you can unmute your microphone. That would keep the people who are watching a little bit.
So just so it's starting to come back. I went through Joule and with her, and there was two ways to do it. We could have used external hardware to do the simultaneous, and then the quick and easy way was let's just do Clubdeck with Loopback. And I went through it on my computer and I configured it and made sure it worked. So I just gave her duplicates as far as setting it up.
May I ask?
And
finish your thought and then I'll ask a question.
Yeah, and right away, just from me diagnosing what she said, it worked, and then I came back and then it didn't work, and then she couldn't troubleshoot. It's always Clubdeck. Clubdeck is always notorious for resetting it, and then even if you go back and set it, sometimes it doesn't even click in, so you have to like turn the software off, go back in, change it, then go into a room, and then it sticks. But the weak link in everything is always Clubdeck.
Because I remember when you suggested Clubdeck, I had used Clubdeck way back in the day when it was created, and it had been glitchy, and then you'd said, "Oh no, it's better now."
Well, no, because you wanted the most efficient without extra hardware, right?
Yeah, except I do have another mixing board, and that was the thing I wanted to maybe try, because if it's glitchy like this, I know.
Yeah, then we can do the
to make it work.
The extra mixer, and then it'll be bulletproof.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As far as that, but
so okay, I'm gonna
still have to go ahead.
And yeah, so can you, for us to follow along, you can just do it briefly. What was she was trying to do? Joule's trying to do simul stream on both Zoom and Clubhouse, and what is the unreliable part of it? Like Clubhouse is not hearing the
Clubdeck. So what we did. And it's funny because I was doing all this when you were on vacation, and I was doing these rooms, and configuring everything, right? And we were doing simultaneous as well. And I've been doing this for a lot of clients too. Well, in that case, we were using Riverside, right? So what Joule wants to do here, she's doing Zoom, which is convenient for everybody, and then she has separate people who she wants to be in Clubhouse. And doing that, and everybody needs to talk and hear each other.
Okay.
And we've gone through this before. So the way we did it, thankfully she's on a Mac. So we pulled up Loopback, and then we made buckets. We did this in the other video, right? We made buckets. So the audio goes in here, and then it goes out to there, and then it comes out of there, and then comes into here. And it always works, but because Clubdeck is A, not officially supported, B, it's two guys always updating it, it's never like locked in, right? Sometimes it gets glitchy, and that's why I'm always hot and cold on it, because it'll work with one update and then they'll do another update, but more often than not, it's always the weakest point. So for Joule, all we need to do, if we can, is if we remove Clubdeck from the equation, she'll need either an iPhone or an iPad, and then we'll just go analog out of her computer. We'll still use Loopback because it'll do the sound buckets, but that's always the weak part there is Clubdeck, because it's not robust software. It works, but it's never like perfect all the time. Even up to last week, I haven't been in Clubhouse for a while, and I wanted to jump into a quick room, and I didn't want to go over to my other studio. So I just put Clubdeck on here, opened it up. Nobody could hear me. I had to fiddle with the input and output, exactly what we're talking about. I had to close it, come back in, come in the room, switch it, and then it stuck, and then people could hear me.
Is that what you're experiencing, Joule? And which mixer, hardware mixer that you now have in the picture?
Yes. So I am with a Mackie, let's see.
Hold on a second. Joule.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say I don't hear it, but that's when we talk. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, also I was looking under my instrument and pulling away from the mic. So yeah, Mackie FX Pro 16.
Yeah, it's the same one. It's the same one.
Yeah. And then do you want to know, so, and then with Clubdeck, my output is the Pro FX. The input is Zoom input, which I believe we created in Loopback as a bucket, right? And then in the Zoom, which I actually have open now, the audio settings are the speakers, the Pro FX, and then the mic is the Zoom input. So, so that, and I don't, because it's been a hot minute, I don't remember exactly what the problem was. I just know that it was,
okay. If you go into Loopback, where the Zoom bucket is, there's the seat says options. Click on that.
Let's see.
Just at the bottom of the Zoom bucket.
Let me see if I can just pan this channel over to the right.
Yeah, that would. But it's still.
Am I looking at under devices, the Zoom input, or the bucket is the box?
No. Open up Loopback.
Yeah, it's open.
And then we want to go into the Zoom bucket we made.
So let's see. So there's a Clubdeck, there's an iMac microphone, and there's a Pro FX, and then that all feeds into channel 1 and 2. And then on the left side, there's devices. There's a Clubdeck input and a Zoom input. So what do you mean by which is a bucket?
Click on the Zoom one.
Zoom input.
And then what are the buckets there?
So that's the Zoom input is on the left-hand side under devices, and I just have an on or off.
Okay, well, when you click on that, then to the right of that, there should be some stuff in there under sources.
So there's Clubdeck feeding into channel 1 and 2. Underneath that, there's the iMac microphone, which is off, and then there's the Pro FX, which is on, also feeding into channels 1 and 2.
Okay, and that's all of them there?
Mm-hmm.
So what are they again? Just tell me.
Clubdeck, the first one.
Yep.
iMac microphone, which is off. And
we don't need that.
The third is the Pro FX, which is on. And Clubdeck and Pro FX are both patched into channels 1 and 2.
Channel 1 and 2 output channels in the middle. Yeah. So the first one on the Clubdeck.
I'm seeing it's only on the left-hand side here visually, so that is affirming what you must be hearing.
Yeah. So that's actually Zoom, right? Because Zoom. Yeah. Well,
why would that? This is Clubdeck, though.
No, I know, but John and I were talking about this before. Zoom does a weird thing as far as putting it on the left, like even to the point where I have to do it.
Yes. They
right?
are so her selection in Zoom.
Yeah, we'll go and fix that. So
Yeah.
on the
But
Club Deck
she's
one,
not on
Joule,
Zoom though. She's on
I
Clubhouse.
am.
no, she is.
I mean, not with you, but I
Yeah.
have Zoom open.
So what we're hearing,
But we want to see if we can get rid of the Mix Plus first.
yeah.
Because I'll have to just go and set this up again and test it because I got rid of that configuration after I gave it to Joule. But on the first one there, so right under the bottom of that first bucket, the Clubhouse one, there's an options arrow.
Mm-hmm.
There's an arrow and then it says options, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you open that up, it says mute when capturing. Is that checked or unchecked?
Unchecked.
Okay, so check it.
Okay.
Okay. And
Checked.
there we go.
Wait, hang on. I just fixed that on my end. So, but
No,
it's
forget
not,
about the panning. But the Mix Plus is gone.
But I did that on my end. So let me.
What'd
turn
you
it
do?
off. Well, because I'm only hearing you
Hello?
mix minus back to us on the left channel. So I turn the left channel off and then make her right channel mono. So I'm gonna turn it off and see if it. Yeah, that's still here.
It's still here. Unmute that.
Okay. She doesn't seem to be able to hear us now. So
Yes. Yeah. It muted
Okay.
all of you.
okay. So she's not fixing the. Should I turn it back like the fixed temporary fixed turn it?
So hold on a sec. So what did you do, John?
Because I'm on iPhone with her, and iPhone sound from Clubhouse
Yeah.
So the slapback is coming back on only the left channel, and therefore I turn the left channel off and make the right channel in the middle.
Yeah.
Not panning.
Okay.
Just so that we can be, sane. No, hear it twice.
And that's because Zoom always picks the first two, and if the sound card or whoever they configure it puts the mix on the last two, it'll only do one. It'll make it mono.
Clarification. Right? You the sound that we are hearing through Clubhouse is piping from Zoom. Is that right? Is that why Zoom setting is affecting what we're hearing on Clubhouse?
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we talk about how to solve the.
So we're just going to troubleshoot quickly. So, Joule, when you hit that mute on the Club Deck, you weren't hearing any of us, so that wasn't a problem. And then the other one's your Mac, and what's the third one at the bottom?
Pro FX, which is my
So that's your Mackie. So when you're speaking now, the Pro FX one, you see a blinky light when you talk into your mic, yes?
Yeah, and I see it in both channels, left and right.
Okay, exactly. Oh, well, John, you did the fix, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you said you were seeing it in one side in the Club Deck, yes?
Yes.
You tell me I can turn the fix off anytime.
Yeah, okay. So what's happening is we need to do, when the audio's coming in, the way it's going to Club Deck is it's only getting one. That's because it's the output of Zoom, which is something it does automatically. And I thought we fixed it.
John Lowe, it was the issue was with John Lowe. John Lowe, do you remember when we were
and me and with me
you were
too.
there, and
No, but it
you
was happening.
Yes,
It was happening with me, and you're like, Sean, I only hear you in my left ear. I'm like, no, you don't.
Okay, yes.
And we were like arguing, and I'm like,
yeah, because you don't hear it. Yes, it was.
So we know we can fix it.
It was the microphone input was selecting something with multi-channel.
Yeah, and Zoom's a culprit. Like if I go to my normal input, we're gonna
input meaning microphone on Zoom's world.
Yeah, if I do this, maybe it might not. Oh no, it won't flip back. But if I turned it off, I would be having the same problem as you, Joule. So we know how to fix it now because it's Zoom. It's going into there. So on the devices, Joule, what's the name of that one? What do we call it? Zoom?
Sorry, in Loopback?
In Loopback on devices, yeah.
We have, Zoom input.
Okay.
What we were looking at. And then
what
Club Deck input.
Okay, so you said there's two. So Club Deck input and then Zoom input, right?
Yeah. So we were looking at Zoom input, so I can click on Club input.
Correct.
And tell you what's in there too.
Yes.
So what's in there? We have the iMac microphone, which is toggled off. We have Pro FX. which is feeding out to channels 1 and 2, and then we have Zoom, which interesting. So when I look at Zoom, I don't see any signal in there.
Is it turned on?
It is.
Okay, and how are we hearing Joule, John? Is it through
Clubhouse? So Sean, will it help if Joule were to connect with us on Zoom and then she can share her screen?
Yeah, that would.
Would that be something that you're able to do, Joule?
Yeah, can you send me a link? And I'll join
okay, so this is a little bit more complicated than that, but it won't be because it's you need to register. I'm going to put the link in the Clubhouse chat, and then you just need to put your email. I know who you are, so I'll approve you so that you can join.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to copy this.
So just to let you know, Joule, we pretty much, in my mind, we're like 85% there because we do know Zoom always does this.
Okay.
And we'll once I see your screen, we'll just see. We might just have to quickly rewire the bucket in Loopback to put 2 into 1, and it'll fix a problem. And if not, we'll just make another bucket quickly.
It sounds like because all these things are evolving, it's not something where, like, if I do this room once a month, I can just trust that it's going to work every time. Is that correct?
Well, something got changed, so I'll have to go in and see because I did this with some other clients, and they haven't emailed me back. They haven't had any problems, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, okay. And did you see the link, Joule?
That's the goal. You know, like when I'm doing this for the radio station and all that stuff, we need that to work instantly. And I do live things, and I have all these presets.
Well, I just know, like, you know, when you do things more often, then you realize, oh, they've done an update, we have to change it. But when I do it, like, this room is just once a month. It's
gotcha.
Yeah, a little trickier. So I'm just gonna put.
Look who just joined us. Hi, Arthur. How are you? All right, so Joule's going to come.
Good. Yeah, I just want to check. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yes. You're a little hot, but...
Oh, okay. It's been a while. I'll just say hello.
I know. It's been a while for me, too. It's been a while.
Hey, guys.
The last thing I did was in November, so...
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Joule, I got your registration. I'm going to get you approved so that you can join the conversation. But welcome back, Arthur. Okay, registration...
Thank you.
All right, Joule, approved. Okay, now Joule, you are approved, and I would probably have you leave Clubhouse for now so that we don't have an additional audio source to fight with.
And then do I get that approval through email or something?
Email, yes. There's a link that you get via email that you put in there to join the link.
I will have
to join the Zoom.
Email. Okay.
Give
me
so you'll be in Zoom with us.
Right. Okay. I have to open an email, so I can do that though.
Okay.
See you in a minute or so.
All right. Well, I love this challenge, and the thing is, I was like feeling kind of like not too good physically because of my cold, but now all this conversation just got me excited.
No, it's and I remember going through the session with Joule. I've been working with her for a while, so we've gotten a lot of her stuff going well, and this was kind of the last thing where she got ambitious. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah. I've done this before. We can do the hardware where you're gonna need another mixer and a couple of other cables.
Be great for her? It's like Rodecaster Duo would do everything.
Well, we were looking at a bunch of that, right? So and there's the other Mackie one too, where it's sort of the same thing with like 3 channels, but all she needs is a Y cable. So it's a couple of different ways. And then she was like, okay, let's just do it this way. And I'm like, okay, this will be the way to do it. And once you save everything, and we tested it, and here's the thing I always do. I actually got my 2 mixers, I put it on my other computer, and I did everything she wants to do, and I tested it fine. So we'll just have to go in and tweak it. And she said it worked the first time, right? So
yeah,
we'll have to see what
you said,
changed.
the weakest link is Clubdeck because of its
and we know Zoom does that left thing, so
and
I know exactly where to go to figure it out.
To recall that, I remember it was doing it to you. I can't remember for John.
It was
Lowe. John
was me.
Lowe had that, but it was related. It's in the same setting. It's
Zoom.
in the input, right? In input, you get to choose.
Well, no, it was one check. It was stereo or not stereo.
It was like an input that.
No, I know exactly. I'll tell you exactly where it is in Zoom. It's making the audio stereo, and once you do that, you get.
But shouldn't it be in stereo?
It should be, but then I use Clubdeck.
Okay,
I'm using Loopback to fix it, because I have the same. If I take my Loopback off, you'll hear me in the left ear, just like Joule is.
Oh my gosh, I am adding Joule, and this is like testing my Mac Mini. Let me see. No fan yet.
No fan yet?
No fan
Well,
yet.
didn't you get up to 8? Yeah, this is 8.
This is, oh my gosh, is that the max? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. We have 7. Me not included. So I'm going
friends here. Wow.
I know.
Suddenly there's people.
Look at us, all the well, I guess with the exception of maybe Glenn, everybody's from Clubhouse. Like that we met through Clubhouse. Nee has no picture, but Nee is also here.
Can you do all 7?
I got a picture.
Oh,
there you go. So yeah, there you go. So all of us from Clubhouse.
Joule and the Clubhouse Bros. I feel pretty honored to be here.
Yeah.
Oh, where are you, Cindy Lou? Come join us on Zoom and try to crash my computer.
We need to even it out. Yeah.
Okay, all right, women, come. Don't let the guys intimidate you. All right, so Joule, go ahead. Now the thing is it because of the echo cancellation? Well, I do not hear a slapback anymore.
So if we say it again, you don't hear it. Oh no, you fixed it. So
but
it.
She's no longer from Clubhouse. The issue was when she's in Clubhouse that I hear that slapback.
Right. Yeah, because now it should sound like beautiful Zoom. I mean, not that Zoom is beautiful, but it should sound.
Let's see if
better, right?
Are you able to show us? Are you able
so
to
it's
show
going to be
us your settings?
It's going to be the Clubdeck input. That's
Should
exactly
I be a co-host, or am I allowed to share here? Oh, I'm allowed to share. Okay, good.
Okay.
So this is the loopback.
So everything should be
guess
the
what?
right way.
This also
it went full
screen sharing is also a considered as a video. So let me see if I need to kick somebody.
Let's see. Processor. Okay. So yeah, everything looks the way it should be on here. If you could click on the Zoom input now. And so we took Clubdeck out of the equation, and problem is not there, right? So we know it's going to be Clubdeck.
Right, and the Zoom worked great, and the Zoom people could hear the Clubhouse side. It was the Clubhouse side that couldn't hear the Zoom.
But here's the thing, Zoom. I don't know if I'm hearing you in stereo. So you might
I haven't
you may have not turned on the original sound, which means we might hear the slap back again. No, we're not.
No, because I had it on before, but now hopefully I'm in stereo.
No, you are. Everything sounds great.
Great.
Yep. Here we go. So it was my first assessment. It's Clubdeck, right? Clubdeck's the issue. So I suspect it's doing the same thing Zoom used to do, where when you click on that input, it's selecting the first one and it's panning you left. It's not doing a stereo input for some reason. So it's all about Clubdeck, and what we'll have to basically, we know this is cool. We'll have to get you back on Clubdeck.
Well, I can just join again, but can I mute on this side so there's not the echo or not?
Yeah, as long as we can talk and then I can see your screen. Yeah, we'll just tweak and it's always the input and output on Clubdeck. It always resets, and then you have to go in and change it back. But you said you did change it, but it's definitely.
Can you still do the screen sharing, Joule?
Hopefully.
Yeah, and now I should be able to screen share Clubdeck, right? Because you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to join. Why don't I do that? I'll join.
Yeah. We're testing everybody's tech here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're stretching
I'm glad I'm bringing the challenge, right? It's good stuff. I just should I be muted? I should communicate with you on this side and not the Clubdeck side, but the Clubdeck side's where we're trying to test the sound, right? So maybe I should try to
mute here, mute here, stay here, and talk to us via Clubdeck.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So But
in the meantime, why don't I share my screen so you can see me enter the room?
Yes, please.
So there's the club deck. Okay, unmute.
This always does full screen, John. I gotta change it.
So yeah, you yes.
Exit full screen.
You could also I could also use me but I also am full screening it. I'm also full screening it so that the people can see the club deck setting. So even if I am spotlighting myself for everyone, I'm still doing that, but you can at least see me switching back to this.
Well,
group.
when I click on Joule's screen, it's showing. Oh no, she's on Clubdeck. Duh. Okay.
Okay. So there you go.
There you
go. We hear the slapback.
Okay.
Do you know? I have no idea what's going on. So take it over, Sean.
Okay. So on your input there, Joule, where it says Zoom input, just click on that. Yeah, it needs to be Club Deck input, not Zoom input.
Because that's what we created.
Try it. Okay. Oh, worse.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll put it back to Zoom. Yeah, I remember now what we're doing. We're splitting it twice. Okay. Cool.
Check. Now it's not there. Wait, did you mute?
She's muted.
Oh. Okay.
Testing.
No, it's still there.
Still there.
Okay, so now go to output, Joule. Yeah. Okay. You can leave that. So let's go to Club Deck.
This is Club Deck.
Sorry.
In Zoom?
Loopback.
A loopback. Oh yeah, yes. That's what I was curious to see also. Loopback. So let's have
so if you could just show us your loopback. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. And wait, I have to move this over. It's not my whole screen. Okay, so
we're analyzing.
Okay, so all you have to do, Joule, you see there's two. Oh no, that's still going to be in there. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, I know what it is. Because Club Deck is going back in to the output channels. And then only the left side is going into the output channel. Like our voice is going back into her output channel. Do you see on Club Deck block?
No, I know, but it's doing that. Oh, because it's only mono. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so somehow this changed. So Joule, you see there's two blue lines going to 1 and 2, yes? Yeah, so on the second one, you just click on it and hit delete on the blue line. Just go in the middle of it, sort of. Yeah, now delete. Or the bottom. No, click on, yep. And then go down to the bottom of the screen where the trash, delete. Now, on number 1, you're going to click on the dot and draw the line, but then you're going to go to channel 2. So it'll be like a 1 into 2 thing. There you go. Go to 2.
But then now we hear ourselves on both ears. Let's give it a try.
Yeah, give it a try.
But that would be double slapback? Okay, now Joule, can you unmute your Club Deck? There you go. Now we're on both ears. So this is not what we want. We need to take those out.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Right?
You're welcome for the awesomeness.
Exactly. Yeah.
So let's delete both of those. Well, because we don't need Club Deck sound in Club Deck. There you go. Now, are you able to unmute and speak to us? Can you still hear us, Joule?
I can still hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, and now we don't hear a slapback anymore.
Huh. I'm hearing my own echo. Sounds like a little delay machine or something, but not on you anymore.
Okay, so
maybe that's just because I'm in the Zoom in the.
You are hearing us also on Zoom.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you want to, you can temporarily leave Zoom, and then.
Well, hold on. We need to.
Oh no, we want to see your screen. Never mind.
Well, here's the thing we need to do, Joule. So, right now, are you hearing us in Club Deck in Clubhouse?
I think both.
Check. Testing.
Okay, so mute. I don't want you to hear us in Zoom. So stay there, but mute it.
Well, she muted herself. She can't mute
I muted
us.
myself. I can't mute you.
Right. So right now you're here. We're all just in Clubdeck, and that's all you're hearing. Yes.
No, I'm hearing Zoom and.
That's why she
Clubdeck.
heard double. I mean, she could easily just leave Zoom
I
and
can
then
leave
come
Zoom.
back in again.
Well, are you in? You're in both right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you hearing what you heard before?
No.
Well, I'm hearing a delay, but it's because I'm in two places at the same time.
So let's
Okay.
have her leave Zoom, and then we can confirm if Clubdeck is clear.
Yeah.
Right, but we need to make sure the people in Zoom can hear Clubhouse.
Well, she'll come back.
Zoom is-
She'll come back for that, right? We'll take care of Clubhouse so that we can know that it's already solved the Clubhouse issue by removing the Clubdeck sound back into the output channels, and then you'll come back, and then we can confirm your Zoom sound is correct.
Okay.
And that was always the problem. We need to make sure the people in Zoom who are on the Zoom call could hear the people in Clubdeck.
So, Shalon and John, is it a different if I'm the host of both places? Because ideally, I'm hosting both and I'm not hearing the echo, right?
So, Joule, the thing, and I'm remembering this now, is I wanted you to just listen through the Mackie,
Uh-huh.
and you would be able to hear everybody at the same time.
Well, my settings are what you told them to be. So should
Okay.
they be different?
But to answer your question, hosting shouldn't change how your audio is routed.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't
then
think.
there is a problem if there's an echo.
So,
So
but
it's-
let's try this first. Leave
Okay.
Zoom, and then you will know if the echo is an actual echo or slapback, or is it just double audio.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
Okay, so we'll leave Zoom, and then we'll have you come back. Oh, this is so much fun.
Bye.
Okay, bye. See you in a moment. Okay. Oh, whoa. I need to turn off my picture-in-picture.
I am now just in Clubhouse. Can you still hear me?
Yes. And do you still hear
And-
double of us?
I do not. I just hear double.
Okay, so that was actually
single of me.
single of you, single of us. So no issue. So that is solved. Now, are you on music mode? If not, please turn that on because otherwise
I am.
you are. Oh well, Clubdeck always. I think it sticks with music mode all the time.
So are you hearing me in stereo?
Yes.
Okay.
And Sean, can you speak and see if there's? I don't hear any slapback anymore. Do you?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore.
So, what do we need to make sure now? We need somebody in Clubhouse to check to see if when she's in Zoom, we can hear that. So, which means you can maybe, can we have Joule just be in Zoom? Or is the issue when she's in both places whether or not it's going to work?
I, as the host, have to be in both places.
Yeah. So then,
So the issue was we need the people on the Zoom call
like
to
Cindy
hear
Lou,
people from Clubhouse.
I'm hearing it too, but I'm also hearing it from Zoom, so I can't be 100% certain.
Exactly.
I'll
So we need.
volunteer as tribute and go into Clubhouse.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Nee's going to go to Clubhouse or Cindy Lou, and then you can let us know if it's working. Okay, so Nee hopped off. Nee is now... Why am I hearing? Test. Oh, am I hearing from somebody else?
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Check.
I don't hear any latency or anything. Or
Check.
double. It's good, man.
Okay, it's gone now. Okay. Was it Nee? Maybe it was Nee. Like I was hearing myself like a slight delay. It looks like a leakage. It sounds
Yeah,
like a
he
leak.
didn't. I don't think he had headphones on.
Oh, okay.
He was probably on speaker. Yeah, probably.
Okay, so Nee is now join. Nee, you can stay in the audience. How about that? So you don't have to. Or does he need to talk to us? Maybe he needs to talk to
No,
us.
he should be. He should be on the
in the audience.
stage.
Oh, on stage.
On
okay.
stage.
Okay, all right. Oh,
'Cause
sorry.
There'll be people in her room
Who need to
around.
be on stage talking, and then we need to make sure
Yeah.
that Zoom. Oh, don't you love a black screen?
Hmm.
Okay, how about this now? Okay, now All right. Now we're going to test and see if when Joule speaks...
So she needs to be in Zoom. Yeah. Just in Zoom.
Yes. And she's probably rejoining us now.
No, so I'm waiting for instructions. So you want me to join the Zoom again?
Yes. Just like how you would host in both places.
Okay, but I'll stay in here and I'll join the Zoom again.
Correct, okay. Yes. But you may, mute one of those, yeah. Probably mute Zoom now. So the double audio that she hear of us is likely because we tested it without Zoom. But then how it would be annoying for her to hear two of our sounds. Right? If she is hearing... Okay, I need to admit her. Okay, admit.
No, because I went through this and it worked when she tried it the first time, right? So...
Okay, so Joule's back.
So she's just in Zoom now.
She is both Zoom and Clubhouse through
both places. And that echo is there.
The echo now.
We don't hear him.
I mean, it's in her ears because she's hearing from both apps.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting. You're not echo. Just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
you all are not
because
echoing.
are you still in original mode?
Yeah,
original sound.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, John, she's coming out from your side, not on her side on Zoom. I don't know whether in Clubhouse. I don't know whether that's what's giving her.
Well, it's because we're going through eCam and all that stuff. It's not her doing it just herself. That's the problem. It needs to be like Joule in Joule's Zoom room, and then in Clubdeck and in Clubhouse. But we're going through John's and eCam.
So maybe that's what she was talking
stuff.
about. She needs to be hosting,
that's
as in initiating the call.
Yeah.
Maybe after the room, we can have you do that.
Can I host a party at my house and you all can come?
So are you hearing her okay in Clubhouse?
Okie dokie. She's sounding pretty good.
Okay. All right, good. So we can't test it until she hosts it. So party's at her place.
Is there a way you could keep this room going and a couple people could come to the party?
Sure. Invite your guests.
Okay.
We can talk about our DJI Mini. So whoever wants to hop... Oh, we only need one person, right?
Well, and there was... Shure has 5 new
products.
Products.
How about we wait for you to come back and tell us about those? You go
1,
do
2,
that and then
3,
come
4,
back.
5, 6 new products. Yeah.
I mean, you could probably take about 10 minutes, maybe, right? In her room.
It goes in with all the DJI stuff you're talking about because they came up with Move Mic 2, Move Mic 1 to compete.
Okay,
just go to the Shure website.
Check out
you'll see it.
Okay, yeah. We'll wait for you to come back. How about that, Sean? You go take care of Joule, and maybe Nee can also help. I mean, I'm volunteering you. Whoever wants to help out can go help out.
Well, I'm going to stay in your Clubhouse room, though. So we're just
you got to go. You
Zoom.
have to open in the new Clubhouse room too, so that you
you have to open up your own room too.
Just to make sure that it's working like the way should, right?
Okay.
So you hosting both.
All right. Well, there's the link, Sean.
I just sent you.
And anyone else who wants to join. That's my.
Okay, so on Zoom, she shared the link.
Friend request.
And Nee just sent you a friend request on Clubhouse so that maybe you can share that link with Nee on Clubhouse. Or I can share that link with Nee also. How complicated can this be?
Is Nee join the Clubhouse or the
Yeah,
Zoom?
I'll join you on Clubhouse.
Okay.
And then Sean will be in Zoom with you in your room.
Where's the friend request on Clubdeck? Everything here is a little tricky.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't just send me the room. Just send me the room.
I will.
Okay. And it's Nee here, right? So let me click on you, and I'll follow you, and then maybe I can just do a search when I have the other room.
Yeah, the simple thing is get a real.
I'll call the room calling Nee, and then maybe you can find it.
Oh, how many inputs do you use? Do you use a lot? I mean, you have instruments and all.
What do you mean inputs?
I mean, I'm just
Hardware?
like thinking, yeah. Like, how many inputs do you plug into
What were you up to? Six mics on your Mackie? How many inputs? He's asking.
16.
Yeah, no, but how many are you using?
All of them.
Well, all
Yeah,
16.
all 16.
So Rodecaster's kind of, well, you can add your Rodecaster Duo to your picture. Never mind. I don't want to complicate things. Go take care of things. Sean will be here at least until like for another 30 minutes. Or if you
Sean,
don't see us, we can talk next week. I'm going to
Sean,
open
you
up.
have the Zoom link?
Sean, do you have the link?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, he does.
So I can leave.
You can
have
leave
it?
the link is on our internal chat,
your
like
chat.
on our Zoom
Okay.
chat. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Joule. Good luck. Now, I want to hear the outcome of it after you do the test too. All right. Hello, Lalo. Hello. Welcome back. It's been a while now. I'm using Wireless Pro for anything professional and Mic Mini for personal and recreational content. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about our Mini. DJI Mini. Is that what you meant, Lalo? Mic Mini. That's what it's called, right? DJI Mic Mini. Because on Rode, it's not called a Mini. On Rode, it's called a Micro. Am I right? Is that right, John? No, I think
so.
Yeah. And Lalo, feel free to come up and join us. Oh, he give us a thumbs up. Okay, so what should we talk about? Should we talk about the Mini yet, or maybe we should check in with at least Glenn and Arthur to see if there's anything they want to. There's no time for them to even like breathe. So, anything, Glenn? Anything, Arthur, that you want to bring up? Is there any question or what?
I thought we would talk about the Shure products, especially the new MV.
We'll wait for
but
Sean to come
given
back.
that Sean's not with us, I will cede the floor to Arthur.
Okay. Arthur, do you have anything, or are you just hanging out with us?
I'm just hanging out, but I did have one issue that I'm addressing. It's a purely, by the way, you can hear me all right now?
Yes.
Okay. So I've been going to another app occasionally, away from Clubhouse because of it being a more teaching focused app. And one thing I found that was a little odd is that when I have the setup for Clubhouse, which you guys helped me out with, going through the DLZ creator and bringing the music in and being able to mix the music in with connecting my phone to Clubhouse, and I was able to have it all work out pretty well. And with that same setup, what was odd is that instead of using Clubhouse, I was using this other app called Hi Local. And what I found odd is that and this is literally like one moment and another moment. I'm using Clubhouse and everything's working great. All the audio coming out of Clubhouse is going through the mixer. I hear everything in my headphones. But when I go through this other app, I only heard myself. I heard the music.
You always hear the music because that's local.
Okay. But the people who were in that community in this other app, they were not able to hear the music, and they only heard me coming from the microphone of the phone. Yeah, what's going on? I know the answer.
So it's app related.
Okay.
So you're on an iOS, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. iOS has think of it as two sides: the sound process, especially when it's two-way communication. So like Clubhouse and Zoom, right? The Clubhouse uses like the peripheral feature. I forgot what it's called now. I'm a little rusty, but essentially it's using your USB or your Lightning connection as input and output, and it's seeing that as a device. And then on your other app, it is using the telephony programming essentially. So they tap into the telephony app. So it's not recognizing your DLZ creator to do the input and output from that device.
Okay.
it's taking it as a call essentially. And so it's very likely you're using Lightning then if you have this issue. Your phone has a Lightning connection.
Yeah.
So if you have a USB connection, that would not be an issue. Say, for instance, if you have a new phone, the 15 or 16 with the USB connection on the phone, then those issues go away.
Yeah, it's a 14.
So
yeah.
So get a new phone. No, just kidding. So when you have a USB phone, the issue would go away. It's just that that program is not written to take advantage of the other side of audio because it is. I don't know the programming technicalities, but essentially there's two compartments. You can use the what is it called? It's called audio. What's it called? Not peripheral. What's it called? It's seeing your device as like a interface, audio interface. Sorry, rusty. Audio. It's seeing your Clubhouse sees your DLZ creator as an audio. What did I just say?
Interface.
Interface.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me tell you, I have a cold and my mind is not working. And then your other app is seeing it as a phone. So it does not see the connection even. The Lightning connection that you have there, it's not even recognizing.
Is there any workaround that I can...
Unfortunately, no. Not...
Can I fool my iPhone to believe?
Yes, your DLZ has a TRRS connection, I think. Are you using a TRRS connection on your DLZ? If I'm not mistaken, your DLZ creator has a TRS connection. Whenever you use the other app, you use a TRS connection, which I just removed and put them away, the 3-ring one, and then get a Lightning to TRRS adapter to connect to that, and that should work. So it will be...
So this is coming out from my DLZ?
Yes, you check and see if I'm quite certain... Wish Sean is here. I'm quite certain that your DLZ has a TRRS connection already built in. Let me do a quick check. It should it's usually just like a phone.
You're talking about TRS input
jack
to the back.
Either on the back or on the top. I think everything is on the back, right? All the connection.
Yeah.
So so you need a TRRS cable.
I'm going to have a quick look.
And a Lightning to TRRS adapter, which is one of these. Preferably Apple one. And then a TRRS connection would be both end, male end would be, it has that 3-ring. It has an additional connector, not just, oh my gosh, the lighting's not too good.
That's a TRRS?
Yes, a regular TRS only has 2 rings.
Yeah.
And then a TRRS has 3 of the black rings.
Yeah.
Let me cover my face.
Yeah. And you're saying that would be coming out of my DLZ.
Yes, the TRRS, the 3-ring
cable.
Then
I would have an adapter.
Yes. Then the adapter that you need for your iPhone Lightning connection would be this.
Yeah. That I've got.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would be like an old days of Clubhouse. Remember the old days of Clubhouse before music mode? That's what we're going to go back to.
Okay. I will try that.
Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense.
Otherwise, maybe it's time for a new phone. I don't know.
Actually, I was most excited. Everybody was, I was most excited to test out whether or not we're going to have that issue. Because right now, if you use your same connection on Clubhouse to make a phone call, it will also act the same way as your other app. It will go through your speaker instead of going through the system, because phone call for Apple is using a different portion of the iOS side.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Okay. Maybe we can talk about, I'll start the conversation with why John bought a Mini of this thing, a DJI Mic Mini. I think probably because of the that's the case, and I also got one, and I actually have the Hollyland in Malaysia when I was back there, and I tried it. I used it once, like it was fine. In fact I like the form factor even more with the Hollyland. It is just like a little button, it's a round button, and it sounds pretty good. The reason why I returned that and got this one was because of the pop filter or the wind muff, because the Hollyland one is ridiculous. It's like the mic is so small, but once you put the windscreen over it, it's called windshield, wind muff.
Dead cat.
So the poor cat. So why it doesn't look like a dead cat? It's so big. It's like a round disc, like that big with the Hollyland, and the microphone is like quarter size. It's really small. I actually showed this on my Mac Mini Open, the unboxing of my Mac Mini, because I was using it, and I actually quite like it. But my only issue is that, and the reason why I got the DJI mic was for me to use with my Flow Pro, because I rarely use it in this room. Maybe while you were maybe when John is talking, I can set this up so that you guys can actually hear it too. But that's a reason why I get it, because I want to use it with my Insta360 Flow Pro, which will follow me. It will track me as I move around with my iPhone. Because it used Apple's dock kit. So the Flow Pro would follow me as I walk. And when I do that, I'm usually away from my camera. And therefore, I wanted a microphone that I can wear on me. And most cases when I do that, I'm outdoor. So I would probably be wearing the dead cat when I use that. And when it's so chunky and it's really cumbersome to push in, once you push it in, you couldn't see whether or not the noise cancellation is clicked on. You have to like peel it open to see if it's on or not. And that's why I returned that and go with this one. Even though I like the form factor of the microphone slightly more. I like the sound of this more, but I like the form factor for the other one more. Now, John, you take away.
Well, so essentially, you purchase a microphone because you like the size of the microphone is small, right?
Correct.
And what it is right now, we are here sitting in the studio setup. You have your SM7B and these dynamic microphones that I have. Right now, I'm not speaking through this particular microphone. Now, these small microphones, they are omnidirectional microphones. And what it does is that, like you say, earlier in our conversation today, you pick up a lot more of the room tone. It is not as clean of an audio source than, say, a studio microphone like your SM7B and my Shure MV7, because these are dynamic microphones where the pattern. What happened is that if you were to speak into, say, a dynamic microphone like that, the fall off whenever you move away from the microphone, you will certainly hear less of the input into the microphone. Whereas these small little guy over here, these are omnidirectional microphones. So what it is that I know I've got my microphone right over here, but if I were to...
Oh, it got turned off. It got turned off, John. Did you turn it off by accident pressing on the button? Okay, all right. We'll wait for you to come back. And well, while he's doing that, I'm actually adding. Okay, there you go. You're back. Okay.
Yeah. So, well.
Wait, are you connecting it directly to your phone, or are you connecting it to your Rodecaster?
So I'm connecting it onto my Apple my laptop via USB, via the transmitter.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
So what happened? What happened was that it was disconnected the link, because I accidentally pressed the link button for a little bit too long just now. So essentially, what I was saying is that omnidirectional pattern. I could put my microphone over here, and it shouldn't sound too much different from it being here, right? So that's the difference between, say, getting when you're seated down in the studio, having this mic over here where you get really good audio.
Yeah. You can never compare. It's not fair to compare the two. Well, I've already switched over. I'm sure you can tell. I'm not on my SM7B anymore. I'm on the DJI Mini. Yes, it is not the same as this. Obviously, it is very different. But what it's doing is it's allowing me to do other things, like, I can walk around, I can move away from the camera, which move like far away from the camera, which is what I do typically when I'm live streaming. And therefore, this small form factor, this is only 10 grams, I believe. And the Lark M2, the Hollyland, is actually 8 grams. So it's even lighter. I never acknowledge Ernesto being in the Zoom call forever already. But his camera is not on, so I kind of forgot about you. Hi, Ernesto.
Hello.
Hey, are you on your phone?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes. Do I sound horrible?
No, you could tell that there's a difference.
Yeah.
In the microphone, but no, not. I wouldn't say horrible. I'm actually on my Beat Studio headphones right now on my phone. But I'm actually redoing the room because my son moved out and he had the biggest room. So
you're moving into your son's room.
Into my son's room because he could fit a king size bed in here. So I have a little setup going on here, 2 different desks.
Well, I can't wait to see your room when it's all done, like your new setup.
Yeah. So I'm kind of embarrassed to show it right now, but but once it's done, I will definitely turn on the cameras and be ready to go.
Good. Ellen
But I'm so glad that you're back.
Thank you.
Kept looking for your Instagram, like, okay, where is he at? Okay, he's not back here. All right. Okay, but yeah, I was looking forward to when you came back.
Thank you. I was looking forward to it too. Yeah, and then we have the first night. I thought I was telling Bruce that I'm just gonna ease in. I mean, because I'm sure nobody will show up, but actually quite a few of you show up. Thank you all for being patient with me and come back and join us the first night we came back. And I actually caught a cold, and I thought I was like gonna be a little tired, but the topic excitement just kept me going. So
yeah, for sure, this is exciting.
And you have your Mac Mini too, right?
Yeah, I have my Mac Mini. I forget. I know I updated I upgraded the cores, and I upgraded the SSD to 512.
Okay.
But that's all I can remember from my Mac Mini.
I know. I kind of forgot too.
Yeah. But I did sign up for Ecamm, and I tried it out a little bit, and then I rearranged my room. So
okay. So you haven't used Ecamm much yet, then?
No. I actually set up a scene, and then I went to Canva and set up like 3 different slots for 3 different guests. So when I start the podcast, I can actually just do an interview. And for sure.
I'm excited for you. Yes, I should be back. Hopefully no more surprises anymore.
Life happens for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Alan from Australia, I think Alan might be in Malaysia actually right now. He said he got himself a Godox Magic XT1 for its combined physical sizes of the transmitter and the receiver. Yeah, and that was one of the microphones that people are comparing also. And of course now with the Shure, with the updated what is their microphone called? Their portable small they have the 2nd gen. I'm curious to see what it is. Oh, the Move Mic. I mean, I like the form factor, and I did consider that for a moment, but for the price, I paid my DJI Mic Mini. I think I paid $160. Is it 169 or 159? I can't remember. For $349 for just a live stream mic. And that's why I initially just went with the Hollyland, because the Hollyland was also cheap. I think the Hollyland, when I bought mine, I paid $140 or $150. And then it became even cheaper after the Black Friday sale, and they just a few days ago brought back the $119 price tag. So it's very attractive, and I just for that specific reason, I'm only not liking it because, well, 2 reasons. Number 1, I don't like the dead cat. It's too difficult to put it on, and it's actually, you actually put it in, it's like a pita pocket. You have to like stuff it in. And then the second reason is I like this, even though tiny, I do like the sound of the DJI Mic Mini. In fact, I like the DJI Mic Mini sound more than I like the DJI Wireless 2. It has a little bit more body, a little bit more, the low end is a little beefier. So
Me didn't agree. Me preferred the DJI Mic 2 better than the Mini.
yeah, maybe he prefers the high end, like, crispier sound, maybe.
So you say you connect your microphones, the small one, the Hollyland, and also the DJI Mic Mini into your Insta
360 Flow Pro, yes.
Is there a USB connection to it, or you connect to your phone directly?
I connect to my phone directly using USB.
Yeah, so essentially, these microphones connect to USB-C phones or even the iPhones directly and transmit wirelessly with the receiver connected on the phone, right? So why we are getting these small little mics and rather using all these big gigantic mic when it comes to, say, connecting to devices is because of portability, and we are going to move around, and we sort of like sacrifice the audio quality for the compatibility on our devices like the phone. And essentially, one of the buying point why I decided to get the DJI Mic Mini is because the DJI mic connect directly without a need of a transmitter plug-in into a Pocket 3 because it is built in.
Yeah.
So to these microphones, this small microphone, I think the battle and where they win is when they have accessories like the Pocket 3, which is highly popular out there. People love the Pocket 3 out there. And when it connects seamlessly onto all these cameras without anything, So even like if you tell me the Move mic is good and everything, but it doesn't connect to my Pocket 3 seamlessly, you still need say a receiver like this over here, or even like the Holyland, it doesn't connect to the Pocket 3 or the Action 5 directly. So therefore, it was a no-brainer for me to actually stick with the DJI mic. Even if, let's say, the dead cat was difficult to put on, I'll still stick to the Pocket 3.
That makes sense. Because the ecosystem, and I'm curious also, when you are connecting your DJI Mic Mini to your Osmo Pocket 3.
Yeah, Pocket 3, yeah.
That one, sorry, my nose is running. Is the sound quality just as good? It's not like Bluetooth connection
It's not Bluetooth
on the phone. So it has their own proprietary connection.
Yes,
Okay.
It has its own proprietary connection.
I assume so.
Yeah, you don't when you connect the DJI Mic Mini to, say, a phone via Bluetooth, you hear a degradation of the sound quality.
Yeah.
But when I connect the DJI Mini onto the Pocket 3, it is as good as what the Mini could deliver.
Yeah.
So that's a plus point. The ecosystem actually made me go on the DJI Mini. I mean, I love like Rode microphones and all these kind of thing. I have like got the Rode Wireless Go 2. It records pretty well. I don't need the DJI Mini, but the fact that even if, let's say, I want to use the Wireless Go 2, the Rode one, I need to have a receiver plug in via USB to, say, a Pocket 3 or Action 4. That bothers me because it becomes clunky from a small package like this. And when you start to stick in stuff, it becomes bulkier, the connection get loose, you may not get the audio and stuff like that. And with the DJI Mic Mini, when you don't need to plug in, say, a receiver like this, it changed the game for me.
Yeah.
For this. You don't have you won't feel like you are gonna lose the connection because the wire came off loose when you're using it and stuff.
Yeah. The reason why I continue using the adapter, which is now connected to, not the adapter, the receiver. I use the receiver right now. I guess I will switch mic. The receiver. It's different, right? When it's not a SM7B. So when I use this, it is coming through one of my mic inputs using the TRS connection. So I have the output, like how you normally connect the receiver onto your camera, I connect it to my Rodecaster Pro. And that's how I get this audio in. There's no audio processing going on, or maybe some, maybe a little bit of audio processing, but I remember when I was using my Hollyland, I have to EQ it drastically to the sound that I like. That's a little bit darker and not so crispy, because my ears get fatigued when I listen to audio that is too crispy, it's like grating my ears. So I like the sound more because it's a little bit richer on the low end. And I also use the USB-C connection on my iPhone because I use my iPhone with my Flow Pro. And I love my Flow Pro because of that
So
tracking.
right now, you are connected via TRS to your Rodecaster Pro.
Correct.
So you have a XLR converter to...
you know what? What did I do?
To the Rodecaster? So if it's a Rodecaster...
No, it's because it has the combo jack. So I just the converter from the 1/4 inch to an 1/8 inch.
Oh, 8 inch. So it's not an XLR. It's basically 8 inch. You plug it into the Rodecaster Pro 2.
Yes.
Yeah, that works. And when you do that, what happens is that you also get to monitor your audio. Is there a latency lag on your monitoring?
Not enough to drive me crazy. I mean, because I'm monitoring it right now. But actually,
so that's wireless. You see.
Yes. So there's a slight lag. It's comparable. I actually compare a lot. I was trying to see if you use a DJI Mic Mini comparing with a Lark M2, would there be a difference in latency? And there's not. If there's any, it's so minor that it's not. Maybe a tiny bit. Like it bothers me a little bit more with the latency using the Lark M2, the Hollyland, than this one. There is a latency, but it's not enough to bother me. But most of the time when I use this mic, I'm not wearing headphones because that's when I'm live streaming. So I really only use this for live streaming, but I can also use this for situations where I need to connect to a Rodecaster like this. Because sometimes, if I move away from the Rodecaster, I can still talk. And my audio I just distorted myself. I need to play with the settings further on the mic. But so that's why I like it. I mostly use it with my iPhone connected to the receiver and transmitter. I'm curious, John, why did you could have, if you just want to, I mean, I probably know the answer, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts about why did you just purchase the whole kit instead of just the transmitter, because you can make the transmitter work with your Pocket 3 without.
John, before you answer, I'm gonna have to be a sound check pooper. I'm gonna have to check out. So it was nice to see everybody after being away for so long, and I will catch you all next week. Okay?
Thank you, Glenn. Thank you. I'll see you next week.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. So yeah, what makes you want to go with that, John?
Because, okay, one of the use cases is certainly using with the Pocket 3, right? And if I didn't buy the whole entire package, I've got my Sony A7 IV that uses the TRS connection into the microphone that you need a transmitter like this. So if I were to say go out on a content creating journey, and I bring my Sony A7 IV, and then I bring my Pocket 3, and if I want to mix and match both, I can't, because then I got to wear two microphones. One, my Rode Wireless go-to that connects to the Sony A7 IV, and then I have a receiver over here, and then I've got a DJI Mic Mini that connects to the Pocket 3. But if let's say I have these, the DJI Mini one, receiver connected to the Sony A7 IV, I just need to unpair it pair it to the
It can't do both at the same
receiver.
time, but you
Yeah.
can wear okay, so you can wear two microphones though, both microphones, one to your if you want to shoot them
exactly.
both. So it makes sense. It's more versatile that way. You're not tying it down just to the DJI ecosystem usage. You can actually use it with your other cameras.
Exactly. So that simply because I've got like my other cameras, that's why I decided to get the whole entire package, really. But essentially, if you're seated in a situation like where we are right now, all in our studios and everything, these microphones, these are good. These are the ones that
it just
we
does
should be
not.
using.
It cannot replace because it's almost like can your pocket knife cut through wood? Yes, but you also don't want to saw a branch or chop down a tree with just a pocket knife. You want to use the right tool for the right job, and for just audio, intimate, clean audio for the purpose that some of us want to do, like in a podcast or shows like this. It doesn't make sense to want to use, for me at least, because I think other people might find it useful because they can move around a little bit better, because you have to have like mic technique if you want to use a stationary microphone like a SM7B. So for me, it is not the same. This audio quality is night and day difference.
Yeah, not the same.
But if I don't compare it side by side, like when I was doing my unboxing, I was using my Lark M2 Hollyland, and it was fine because I didn't compare it with this microphone. So you see me talk, and when I'm away from my computer, when I turn away, you can still hear me just as loud. So that's why I didn't go with that. But again, going back to all the potentials, all the small microphones out there in the market, I personally think that the DJI mic is probably one of the more attractive ones for the price and for its functionality.
Yeah, well, the fact that I think they had a how to say, they have the game ahead of, say, even Rode. Rode, what you have is that, let's create all these small little mics that's compatible with the Rodecaster Pro 2. Right, for the longest time they hit the wireless Go 2 connectivity to the Rodecaster 2 until they released the firmware where you can connect the Rode Wireless Go to the Rodecaster Pro 2 directly without the receiver, right? So they made like the connectivity to the Rodecaster Pro 2 in their ecosystem, but the ecosystem is just audio, which is like they can't beat DJI in that sense. They have cameras, they have action cameras, and having these small little microphones connect to them seamlessly, I think they have an upper hand for sure.
Yeah. I agree. And it makes a lot of sense for people especially who does that kind of production. Just live streaming. Like for me, for instance, I don't do that a lot. By the way, I'm on TikTok, both my podcast account and my personal accounts now. I can do live now. So I'm super excited. Plus, John Lowe, I was thinking about you a lot. I figured out how to use Ecamm to live stream to TikTok without needing to have the RTMP and the key and stream key. Yes.
And how do you do that?
Maybe that's for another week.
Yeah, I think so.
That's for another week. I mean, it's not me, but I saw the conversation happening in the Ecamm conversation, and then I watched a couple of videos and then tested it out, and it seems to be working. So I'm excited that that's working. There's a bit of a workaround. It's not like natively connecting to it, but it's not too bad with Ecamm, especially because Ecamm spits out. Without going into detail, Ecamm spits out virtual audio and virtual video. So virtual camera and virtual audio input, and that allow me to use Streamlabs desktop.
Streamlab OBS, yeah, okay.
So Streamlab, and I'm also familiar with it because it looks like OBS. So Streamlabs desktop app allow you to live stream to TikTok, but you have to apply for it. But mine was approved like a few minutes after. So it's not that bad, but that's given that I'm already able to live stream on the native app itself, even though I haven't reached the 1,000 follower. Maybe you can help me, you all. Well, actually, I don't even. Okay, it's john.ong. Maybe I should put it on my page now somewhere. But anyway, I'm gonna test this out. It's exciting. So maybe this weekend I'm gonna try and see if I can. I'm too ambitious and I'm sick. I'm trying to see if I can live stream my podcast recording on my TikTok account for an extended period of time. Maybe that might be a good thing to try out. So I might actually do some tests and try to get that working too. Since Friday, it's going to snow again. So I may not be able to go anywhere.
Stay inbound.
Yes. Anyway, so maybe we'll do a quick...
Where are you that it's going to snow?
I'm in Kansas City. So middle of the country, where I don't know if you heard.
We just got like a dumping of over a foot in Virginia.
Yeah, so I think it's the same storm system that we got us first, and then we also got a foot, and then ice storm underneath it. So there's like a sheet of ice underneath, and that's why I'm so scared of driving. I'm not driving anywhere. I was just talking to my boss today in the meeting. It's like, I'm not sure when I'll be coming in because it is so extensive that the plowing crew and all the road crew treating major streets right now. It's taking them way longer, and therefore they're not doing like the smaller streets, like they're doing all the major streets. So I'm a little scared.
Yeah, and I heard there's another storm coming. So yes, that's the one that you'll get, and then we'll get
the one that's coming on Friday. Hopefully, I don't think they're saying it's going to be as much as this one, but there'll be more snow coming. Anyway, that's winter.
Yeah.
I hope this is the last snow of 2025. Oh, let's take a look, and maybe we will talk about it, because I said we'll wait until 10:30. If Sean is not coming back yet, maybe we'll take a quick look at all the new products, and maybe we will continue the conversation next week. We are coming back next week, the same time for Soundcheck, and please... if you want to subscribe so that you get notification, you could also go to the website, my website, and then actually sign up for the newsletter. If you sign up for the newsletter, like I have been corresponding with a few people using the newsletter because of how sometimes personal life take over, and I'm unable to do a live stream as scheduled, and I have to tell people, I'm not sure if you're aware, earlier when we were talking, after my father unexpectedly passed away in November, and
I'm sorry.
Thank you. And I had to
my mother as well, just last month.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So I feel for you too,
Thank you.
It's I'm on the same boat, and it's given our age currently, that's a reality that we cannot run away. Our extra complication is that my parents are very far away. My parents is like halfway on the other side of the world. So when we heard the news on Friday, where I bought our air tickets before noon on Friday, and we're on the plane at 6 a.m. the next morning.
Wow.
So it was really quick, and of course that also took us. We arrived only back home on Monday. So it takes a little bit longer, and obviously I'm still dealing with a lot of stuff yet,
Of course.
So that's why I took a quite a significant break after I returned, plus the holiday season. Also, I'm just gonna take the whole time off, and so hopefully 2025 will come back to. Rob said his dad too. I'm so sorry. I guess it seems like when we're this age, things like that prone to happen, and not only that, we'll have to then focus our energy to caring for my mom also, because they've been together. On January 1st they would have celebrated their 61st wedding anniversary, so they've been together for a long time, and it's a huge change for my mom, obviously. So we have to focus on caring for my mom also right now. And to throw all the excitement in, she also had, while we were back there, had a double knee replacement surgery.
Oh my goodness.
I think when my brain can process more, I'll share it more. Like right now, there's a lot for me to process, but it's all things considered, it
This
sort
is
of.
where is it? Where is this, in Hong Kong?
This is in Malaysia.
In Malaysia. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Malaysia.
So this is in Malaysia, and so all things considered, everything turned out. I couldn't ask for more. Everything is miraculously sort of in line to. It could have been a lot worse. Is what I'm in the future. I think when I'm able to process it and then put that all sort of more tidily away, I can share more. Maybe that's when you follow my TikTok, John.om. So we take a quick look on the Shure computer, the audio devices, and we have MV71, no, 7i, interface I meant is I. So, MV7i, it's new. Well, they just came out with the MV7 recently, right? MV7?
The MV7 has been out since the pandemic, I think.
Oh,
So
but I
that's
thought they
like
have a
in
new
2020.
MV7. Didn't they come up with a new MV7 that? Maybe that's part of the new launch. But this is called smartphone. Maybe this is not announced like with this. It's fairly new. It has like the new like the color of the LED. Maybe it's the same release as the one that I'm talking about. It was not released today or yesterday. It was released at least a couple of months ago because it was already out when we were at the Ecamm Creator Camp. This one also was released. So maybe, those two microphones were already there when, so this is back in November. This is definitely new. I don't know what's new in there. Maybe way better. This is, of course, by itself. This is with the double microphone. And what else? This is MV6 we saw. Okay. Oh, this is the same. MV7. Oh, I was thinking about MV7 Plus. Sorry. I think it was the MV7 Plus that I was referring to that has a new, like a second gen MV7 Plus. So there's an MV7 and MV7 Plus and MV6. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a little confused now. But we'll wait for Sean. Maybe we'll wait for Sean to come back and talk to us more about all the new audio devices that came out. And of course, I briefly went over there too. Rode's been really focusing on colors, which is cool, but they came up with the Wireless Go Rainbow. I don't know what they're calling it, but lots of color options. So that's new also. But they've been focusing mostly on new product, but color option seems to be the thing that they're focusing on. Maybe one of these days.
It's usually a sign of end of life for that particular SKU, and they are probably developing something brand new to replace it.
It seems like this is the Wireless Go might be newer. Like even like the innards is newer than the previous Wireless Go. So this is like the second gen.
Gen 3.
Gen 3. Okay, so there has been like a Gen 2 Wireless Go already, right? And so this is like a Wireless Go color. I don't know what they're calling it.
So this is Wireless Go. So I've got the Wireless Go that is not USB compatible. So that's the first gen. The second gen, it provides recording internally, Wireless Go 2, and also USB compatible. That's when you can connect to your phone to record and whatever. So Wireless Go Gen 3, what I see is that they incorporate 32-bit float into the recording. So that's the thing different in the Wireless Go 3. And the fact that they have a lot of colors to it tells me that there's not much of a big feature.
Huge difference. And plus, we forgot to talk about that, John. The distance of the DJI Mic Mini. Not that I would need it.
It's not great though. Yeah, it's not great. But it's
way more than a lot of the other brands. If it's without obstruction, if it's like no obstruction, it's way farther than the other microphones in the market.
Well, the thing is that
maybe because of your Wireless Pro, your Pocket 3 connection, maybe it's not that far.
Maybe, because No, not really. Oh, what? Oh, okay. It's the action 4 that I was using, because when I was in Japan, when I was doing some recording, okay, this is like real world where I connected the DJI mic onto the action 4, and I just crossed the road like it's a one how to say, one way straight, right? Just one road across, and I was like talking to it. I saw some breakage in
Oh, okay.
terms
So
of
it
like the
starts to break up.
connectivity to it.
It's probably
Yeah.
because you should probably try that, and maybe because I don't have any other devices except, well, like the cameras that would connect to that. Maybe you can test it to see if when it is connecting to their cameras, the DJI cameras, the distance compared to its receiver, it would make
Yeah.
sense because
I think so, yeah.
because it's like it says it's like longer transmission range up to 400 meters, and so compared to the other microphones that we know in the market, this is like a lot. I think typically it's like 250 or something, 200. So maybe because of that, it is not as good because it's not, there's no dedicated receiver, I guess,
Yeah.
to
That makes
pull the
sense, yes.
receiving end. Yeah.
So if you're just gonna do a vlog like right in front of a camera, no problem. But if it's merely, I don't know,
that would be an
10
issue for
meters
me.
away, 10 meters away, 15 meters away, then you start to get disconnection from the microphone to the cameras.
Yeah. Well, Rob also said that he got the Rode PSA1 Plus. So I wonder if you cover up the branding. Are you just gonna leave it there? It annoys me that a lot of even the DJI Mic Mini too, the same thing. Why do you have to have the branding there? You could just be like a little just the black thing. It'll be good. But I pay for
It's
it.
just the same reason why I got my brand here.
But you pay for that yourself. I pay for for your own brand. I pay for the microphone, and I have to advertise their brand. But
well, you wear, say, Adidas all the time, for instance. You have Adidas logo, right?
Yeah, so. But the thing is, luckily, this is small. The Rode one is so chunky with the branding. I can't stand it. But of course, I'll wrap up by saying the last. Yeah, you cover it up like I would too. He has the PSA1 white one, Rob said, and he loves it. So good for you. I think the reason I wish that one thing that they could improve on, if I would have my way, is to not have the clip built into it. But obviously people will lose it if they don't. I would rather like the Hollyland, the microphone is also a magnet. It's also a magnet. So the clip connect to the device using magnet. And therefore I have the option of not having the clip when I just want to use a magnet. Now it kind of like juts out a little bit, which, I don't like. So you have that additional depth and thickness. I do have to say, because it is so small and light, it is not as much of an issue when you wear it on the t-shirt, because the DJI Wireless 2 or the original wireless always sag and like drag down your shirt, and it's so kind of distracting to see, even though people are becoming used to seeing people wearing those mics. So hopefully the small microphones are making its way. I'm already seeing those already. Even the Lark and Mark II Hollyland is getting very popular now, especially among Asian content creators, because it's when you think about $120, $150 convert to that, that's already like 500-600 ringgit. So
yeah, this is 600 ringgit.
Yeah.
Here in Malaysia.
So anyway,
I'm gonna say
yeah.
Just one more thing to add on to these microphones. As tiny as the DJI Mini is, the battery life for these guys is just amazing. Like, what happened is that I would go out, say 10 a.m., wear the microphone, onto my shirt, and then while I'm just bringing around my camera, take it out and record, it automatically connects when I turn on the camera. And until the end of the day, these guys is like maybe 10% more in terms of the juice available. So I don't have to think, because of the battery life is so good, I don't have to think that it is connected or not. Do I need to turn it off, turn it on? I just keep it on my shirt and just go out throughout the day recording, turn on my camera whenever I want and speak into it, and it just works. So that is a plus point for me. I really love that connectivity.
Okay,
the battery life.
Update.
Okay, give us an update, Sean. Did it work? Did we solve it?
I just wanted to say thank you, everybody.
She's
for
back!
hanging out.
Yay!
It's kind of close to midnight here in New York, so I kind of need to go. But I just wanted.
It's
to
11:44. Don't lie.
Thank you. Yeah,
That is close to midnight.
It is close to midnight.
I can tell you what your future looks like. It's going to be bright and sunny.
It's going to be bright. Oh, thank you, Nee.
Yeah,
and thank you, Nee, for all of your hanging out time. Really, really, really appreciate it.
Sounds like it's working.
I'll let
Maybe.
Sean give a report back. Sort of.
Thank you, Joule.
But we learned stuff. Yeah, I really appreciate this room.
Thank you, Joule. So, Sean, you give us a quick update? We'll talk about those new products next week.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So if you rewind the tape of this, you're going to rewind it.
Okay.
The very first thing I said was the weak link is Clubdeck. And when you open it up, it changes your input.
Yep.
That was the problem.
Oh, that was the problem? But I thought we tried that. Didn't we try to change it?
She had it on the wrong input.
Oh. So
it was the right input in my notes, but it had changed it. So that's one thing.
Right. So it's always the weak link is Clubdeck. And here's the other thing. It worked the first time, right? So I just went back because I kept her notes for our session. So I just went back to it. I'm like, nope, the loopback is perfect. It hasn't changed. Nothing wrong. So the thing we unhooked, we had to hook it back. So I just put it back the way it was. So it wasn't that. It was Clubdeck switching the input. That's why you got the Mix Plus. And then the other thing is we tested it, but as you know, and it's everything I said, when Clubhouse updates, they update.
Yeah.
And Clubdeck catches up.
Yeah. They're always behind. Yeah.
And it's two guys on the weekend. It's not their full-time job, and they're just always catching up. So in the interim, there have been Clubhouse updates, and that's always the weakest link. So what's happening now is everything's working perfectly, but it's still, Clubhouse is still just coming in on one ear.
Oh.
And it's the actual Clubdeck software that's doing it.
Okay.
So the fix we had is her Zoom callers. It's exactly what I did before we left. I just had her do that one input into two. Mm-hmm. So now
you can hear
her Zoom people can hear in both ears.
Yeah.
It won't be stereo because when people go on stage in Clubhouse and play, it won't be stereo.
For Zoom people.
But it's Clubdeck. It's decoding. It's something. It's not talking.
I have heard this has been a persistent issue for a while now, since the beginning of Clubdeck, and we've had discussion
all the time.
Yeah. It has
we tested it and it was happening.
It has something to do. Well, at least like I always do that on Clubdeck. When I open up Clubdeck, after I open like a fake room and then switch. Even that. You can do that and open a new room and switch the audio. It would still mess it up sometimes. So
and it, I love this sort of sound check for me. This check because I was like, yeah, I know I didn't do it wrong.
Yeah.
So me going through it and just going, okay, yeah, I did it right.
You know what I would like to hear, Sean?
Finding out what the thing was. So I'll just finish this up and then you can go. So she's going to deal with it now. So the only thing is just it's coming in on one and we fixed it so people hear them both. No problem. And then the grand fix is we're going to just go analog with Clubhouse and Zoom, like the way I do it with two mixers. And she's already got all the cables. So when she decides to just get off of Clubdeck, and she's just going to get a small Mackie mixer, and I already have the cables for her, and we're just going to hook it up the way I do it, which is completely analog. So right now it's all working. It's just one mono thing, but the weak point again is Clubdeck with the funky thing. So yeah, and I'm glad I did it right the first time. And it's not about me saying I was right. It's about my instinct and being an engineer and going, where am I going to troubleshoot and not questioning myself. So I'm glad. Number one, I still knew what was happening and that wasn't on my end, but not an ego way, just going for everyone else going, man, it's not you, it's Clubdeck.
I would like for you to kind of talk. I think the setup is interesting because this is a complex setup. It's easy for me without the many inputs that Joule situation is there, because
she's using 16 with music.
So for me it's very simple because I have a Rodecaster, but that said, the Rodecaster is so far in the only hardware out there that makes connecting two platforms in and out easily if you don't have like that many inputs. So if it's just a bunch of people talking on Clubhouse and on, say, Zoom, I have been doing that ever since I have the Rodecaster Pro. I have some workarounds before.
Yeah. You're like, we talked about that Mackie mixer and with her cables, but if she were to get a Duo, it would be even more seamless.
Yeah.
Because she would have, we just do
enough.
Well, no, we would just go in. Yeah, we would just go into the Mac and make an aux sound card, and then just hook them up that way with loopback, and it would be perfect too. So the Duo would be perfect because it'll have the mix minus and everything too. So you're absolutely right as far as that goes.
Maybe one of these days, maybe when you have time to come back, Sean, is to kind of like as a case study talk about what you want to do with software. And then what you can also solve that thing more reliably with hardware. I think it'd be nice to talk about that process and how do you map things, because I'm not following really. I mean, I kind of know the idea of what it is, but my brain cell is not following the details of how you route things. And I would like to know that when we get a chance to kind of talk through in terms of software solution versus hardware solutions, because for long-term reliability, sometimes hardware is the way to go.
No, absolutely. And just to give everybody some context here, I have a company and we do post-production for podcasts and audio. And part of it is helping people troubleshoot, and, people book time with me, they pay, and we go through everything. And Joule has been a customer of mine for quite a while. And we've hooked everything up. So for me, it was kind of like, what? It's not working. But when we left, I hooked it up perfectly for you and blah, blah, blah. And people get that value. That's why they pay me to do it, right? So as soon as this came up, it was like, okay. And if you go and rewind and you listen, Joule was like, well, yeah, this is the free one. Maybe I won't have to go and pay Sean for another session. And that's why I told her straight up, I go, just send me a quick email. If it's a quick thing, I'm not going to charge you. You've been a good customer. So just to let people moving forward. We always
hope it'll be a quick fix, right? It's
exactly. But just moving forward.
I'm sending my invoice though.
Yeah, for your time. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But just moving forward, just so people know, this is, and that's why John was saying that, because this is what I do and I help people. And it's at a high level where it's like, okay, this is going to work. And you need it to be, reliable. So, yeah, just let me know when you want to do that. I can take you through. We can do the screenshots and everything, because, I've been doing this for multiple clients, and all asking sort of the same thing. Can we do Zoom? Can we do Clubhouse? There's always two ways to do it, but yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, and YouTube isn't always right.
I met you all in this room, and I just want to say I really appreciate you all. Yeah. And we refer our customers. So yeah, I really value you all, and think we should pay one another for their time. But I also appreciate you holding this space. And there are certain things that are really helpful when we have more people to be able to test, like we did tonight. So
thank you, Joule.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is my life here.
Dongles. adapters.
No. Look, even
USB-C, Lightning to Ethernet. All the dongles.
By the way, on those, as I found out from you guys also, brand matters.
Yes.
So like you get the wrong
is that John?
dongle.
How you doing, man?
You get the wrong dongle, it doesn't work.
That's Arthur.
Not John.
No, this is Arthur.
Yeah. I was hearing somebody else. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
In my head.
No, it was
no. You have to go. What? I don't know if Joule's still here, but what was the first thing I told her? Yeah, it has to be from Apple.
I mean, the reason why, it's not like we're saying if it's not Apple, it's not going to work. It's just that if it is Apple, it's going to work.
Yeah, Belkin will work and Apple will work. In my experience,
sometimes
that's the only two.
You spend way more time back in the day of Clubhouse. We have troubleshoot and come to learn that, okay, it is the Lightning to what looks like a 1/4 inch jack, but it's not TRRS. It's just TRS. Yeah. So it wouldn't work. So yeah, definitely. But Arthur, you want to finish your thoughts that brands matter? Which one it is? Because it may not always be the same.
No. That was it. That was just my only point. Because you were talking earlier while Sean was gone just a little bit while ago. I was asking about why, this app why I was using a different app other than Clubhouse. I was using this app called Hi Local, which is for teaching languages. And so on that app, the exact same setup that I had going through my DLZ, all I did was use a different app. and it wasn't working.
Yeah. We can ask that question now, Arthur. Yeah. Now that Sean's back. I'm quite sure that the DLZ Creator Pro, what's it called? DLZ Creator Pro? DLZ Creator. DLZ Creator. Yeah. The DLZ Creator, does it have, I seem to think that it has a TRRS input. Is that correct or no? Go take a look.
I haven't turned it on in 3 months. I'm gonna go take a look. Give me. Arthur's got it.
Yeah, I do. I mean, and that's what we were talking about earlier. So what John was suggesting is that to circumvent or possibly circumvent this issue with the different app that I was using, that instead of going from the DLZ with I think I've got a Lightning connection going into the phone, that instead of going from that, I should have a TRRS
adapter.
TRRS,
yes.
Yeah, TRRS with a adapter.
Yeah, 7 and 8 on the back.
There you go. 7 and 8 would be the channel that you would use. So you would swap your phone's connection using TRRS adapter with the TRRS male-to-male cable, plug that into channel 7 and 8, and then use the new app, the teaching app. And then when you want to go back to Clubhouse, you would then unplug the Lightning adapter and then plug the Lightning to USB adapter.
Okay. Yeah.
Just make sure you pick that input on your channel. But on the back, it says 7 and 8. It's got a symbol, an iPhone symbol on the back. That's TRS 180.
Okay.
And the reason is it was coming out from the phone, like how before Clubhouse was audio interface ready.
And then Arthur, when you pick it on 7 and 8, turn mix minus on.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Turn mix minus on TRRS.
Well, I mean, I already had that. The way we had it set up originally, even going through Clubhouse, was that I had that, didn't I?
Yeah, but I just, in case, this is for everybody too.
Or just check and see.
Yeah.
Because I think you have the option to turn it off, right?
Yeah, every channel. So when you plug it in, it'll be TRRS, but
got it.
Turn the mix minus on.
Okay.
I just want to acknowledge that, but I have no idea what product he's referring to. Toad Killer Doc says, looking at getting a DigiTract, the zero coast and zero control to start getting into modular and playing. That's way beyond me. I don't know what he's talking about.
No, I know exactly what he's talking about. But
I only
no, I'm gonna warn you, my friend. The modular, crack, and heroin, the three of them, are the most addictive things in the world. Maybe video games, but when you go and get into the modular world, my friend, it's going to just get deeper and deeper because you're going to want to get more mods. He's talking about synthesizer modules and controlling everything. But when you get into that,
it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that you get very deep into it.
Yeah, it's going to get very deep, and you're going to just keep going and going and going. So if you have an addictive personality and your bank account doesn't match it,
well, go for it. I would say Killer Dog.
I like how John Ong said, yeah, it's just a module thing, just add. Because I was gonna say, coming to this room, John got me broke. But I think coming to South Korea, since it's easy to get stuff and you get qualities, some quality stuff also. I think it's an Asian thing because you get.
So Nee, I didn't even mention we're going to be the 51st state now, so we'll be countrymen.
We'll leave it at that.
Oh, yeah. Your dollar will mean something right now. Your dollar is gonna mean something right now.
Look, he says, I played around with the VCV rec a lot, but I'm hooked. So there you go. That proved the point. Thank you all so much for joining us. We despite the fact that we've been gone for so long, I appreciate your patience hanging around while I was gone, and we'll do this again. And this is really the ultimate goal for all our channels here on Learn to Learner is for us to discuss and talk about technology, specifically audio, Rodecaster Pro for the Rodecaster Pro user meetup, and then Soundcheck is just things in general about audio. Because I find it difficult, and it happens to me sometimes when you are in a space where there's a lot of that hierarchy, and you see people with knowledge, like Sean, for instance, and people with experience, like a lot of us here, we are still able to carry on a conversation without somebody feeling stupid or somebody yelling at another person. And this is the whole idea of the channel. And I look forward to learning more. And the thing is, like, I am that way. I can only take this much. And I've been using audio for my podcast for 20 years now, 21 years actually. So, but I'm still learning, and I can only like take this much at once. So if you feel like you're watching this and you've got to be interested in order to be watching this still, because it's 2 hours in and you're still watching this on the replay or listening to it live, then you're interested. And if you want to participate in this and join us in the conversation in the future, feel free to do so. I am the person that I can hold your hand, especially if you're new. Feel free to come on and join the conversation, because we don't want to make the learning space, having any requirements. You can be an extreme novice or just like getting started, and the space is for all of us. Thank you all so much.
Quick question.
Yes.
Before we go, so it's been a while since I was on, and we registered to get on this time.
Yes.
Is that something I have to do each time?
You shouldn't have to if you keep that email. You should be able to get use that same link unless I change it. And that's why, if those of you who are like hardcore, who are here all the time, I don't spam you. I have nothing to sell. So when you join the newsletter, at least I don't have anything to sell yet. So I'm not selling you anything for a long while. So join the newsletter. That is for me to get in touch with you. If there's something happens, I will, tell you. I have been doing, I'm not sure if some of you got it. I'm able to go onto the Zoom registration page and send everybody a Zoom email again. It's like a reminder email. I can click on send it to all. Did you all get that? I wonder. Sean just signed up, so you may not have.
I didn't get it because I just signed up.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if other people need to sign. It seems like maybe have gone to your junk mail, perhaps, so maybe check there and see. Because last night I was like, I just saw the registration list, and there's an option for me to resend confirmation email. Then I can just check everybody, resend the confirmation email on Monday or early on Tuesday. Then you're reminded to join. If not, you can click on that same link on the website. I don't know how that went. John, John Lowe, do you remember? Do you have to just put everything in, or does it recognize that you have already signed up?
I've got to just put in my name, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
You
submitted
just re-signed
the form,
up, essentially.
and then the approval came straight away.
Yeah. So we'll have to test it out there. The long answers.
And when I
This is neat.
I did it the second time.
Yeah.
It had my information already in it, apart from my emails. I just entered my email again.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to like answer all the other questions.
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay, cool. So, Arthur, if you happen to not keep the email, if the link is not working, then just re-sign up for it. But you shouldn't have to. Like especially if you joined us through Zoom, you should be able to continue using that same link that you have like in your recent connection to see that.
Right. Got it.
So wait, who's gone? I think it's Sean is gone, right? Okay, so let me get back everybody, and then I will actually, why is Arthur zoomed in on that one? I'm going to wrap up now. My voice is going. Thank you, Ernesto, even though you're not showing up on video. Thank you, Ernesto. Thank you, John Lowe. Arthur,
have a good night.
Good to see you. Thank you. Nee, Cindy Lou, Robert listening in right now, and also Joule and everybody who participated in the soundcheck experience. Sometimes we actually do real soundcheck. We actually break out and do something, a soundcheck separately also. Thanks, Nee. We'll hope to see you again.
All right. Yep.
Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.